Good afternoon, everyone. My name is William Joyner. I'm an earth science student at the University of New Hampshire, and I'm going to be a junior this coming semester. And I'm going to talk about my internship experience at CADSPARC. The topics I'm going to cover: I'm going to give an overview, the understanding the problems of 3D printing, project objectives, the target audience, prototyping, the design cycle diagram, the project timeline, and my results. I got into 3D printing as a freshman, and right here at the Makerspace is where I learned, and this is the type of 3D printer I learned on. This is a Creality 10, and here is an STL file of a simulation of how it would look on a simulation before you would print it. Here you have the extruder, the bed, the filament. The main problems associated with 3D printing, the big one is design. Customization for 3D printing is difficult, first-time consumers, and of course, growing academic students, and easier ways for beginners to learn how to 3D print design. Also, companies spend too much resources and money to train new employees because this is a relatively new thing that is becoming more popular, and conserving material and material shortages are also a big problem. Educating first-time consumers. When I first learned the 3D design on a program, this is somewhat of what it looked like, and it can be very intimidating for someone who has never seen anything like it. So the goal of CADSPARC was to try, and one of the main goals was to try and get younger kids interested in 3D printing without intimidating them with stuff like this. So right here, we had a program at CADSPARC called Hacking for Design, where we had a group of high school kids, freshmen, sophomores, and juniors, come in and learn about the 3D design process. Here you have a design a student drew. He wanted to make a little knife keychain. And here is the simulation file of how it would look, and here is the finished product. Overall, that program was a huge success, and I feel like we got a lot of kids interested and not freaked out about the 3D design process. Who can benefit and learn from the 3D design manufacturing? The big group that can benefit from this is starting companies in need of prototyping. That's a big part of what CADSPARC is for. It's for designing and printing prototypes that companies would want to either patent or use in their own research. And we would make the product and test it and to improve it and consult with them in ways to help them. And also, here is an image from our Hacking for Design program of us teaching high school kids how to properly use the 3D design process. And prototyping is the big part of CADSPARC. Here we have an STL file of a red ring that I created, and on the left you'll have the printed version, painted and unpainted. And when I first printed this out, it didn't fit, and it was all wrong. And going back, the big part of prototyping is fixing it so it works, does its function, and reduces material cost. Change the orientation of it, change the dimensions of it. Overall, made it better and used less material. Here is the 3D design process where you sketch out your design, making it so much easier to design it in a 3D design platform. Then you print the design and test and revise it. If it either fulfills your purpose, great. If not, go back, make edits. You need either to make the design work better or to conserve material. Our weekly plan at CADSPARC, I learned about all the kinds of 3D design methods. Fused deposition modeling, stereolithography, powder bed fusion, material jetting, directed energy deposition, and laminated object manufacturing. At CADSPARC, my little goal was to figure out which kind of process could make the smallest diameter hole and still be recognized in the print itself. And material jetting made the smallest hole at 0.016 millimeters in diameter, which is crazy small. Here's sort of what it would look like in a 5x5x3 millimeter block. Super tiny. Overall, CADSPARC was a fantastic place to intern at because I already love 3D printing, and this just further heightened my love of it. And anyone who wants to design and make their ideas become reality for yourself and for other companies, this is the perfect internship opportunity for you. Thank you. Oh, I didn't give it a thank you slide.
Oh.
Thanking everyone, especially my boss back there, for putting up with me for these past weeks.